A system cannot fail those it was never designed to protect. And without cops, who would repeatedly tase an injured teenage passenger of a horrific car accident?
You're having difficulty breathing because you're not using your mouth. Use your mouth to breathe. Breathe through your mouth. Hey! Stop, bro! What are you guys doing? I need you to sit on the ground. Okay. So sit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why are you not sitting? Sorry, man. What the fuck? Stop. Get on the fucking ground. Get on the ground.
This is the unbelievable moment an injured teenager is tased multiple times by a cop responding to a car accident, leaving this teenager flatlining in an ambulance and then fighting for his life in a coma. The crash victim from Lantana in Palm Beach County was with friends when the Toyota Tacoma smashed into a concrete pole on US 1 around 6 a.m. on July 3rd, 2022. They were taking turns driving, and Mr. Rivero was asleep in the back seat when the vehicle crossed from the northbound to the southbound lanes. Cops arrived within minutes, and petrified, injured, and disoriented Rivero got out of the wreckage only to be met by deputies Dylan Hansen, Anna Coelho, and Sergeant Vaughn O'Keefe, who were the first law enforcement first responders. Police body cam footage shows the 19-year-old passenger sobbing uncontrollably near the wrecked pickup truck as he sits down on the orders of Monroe County Sheriff's deputies. Disoriented and not under suspicion of any crime, Jordan Rivero stumbles upright, complaining that he can't breathe through his broken nose. That's when deputies with the Monroe County Sheriff's Department forced him down before another tussle in which he was told, "Get on the effing ground," at which point Deputy Dylan Hansen fires his taser at the teenager's stomach. Rivero sobs as he's blasted again and again despite his pleas. The tasing caused him to seize up and fall sideways, hitting his head on the concrete. Now, it's clear from hundreds of videos on the internet that when you hold someone down on the ground against their will, it just makes the situation worse. The panicking, aspiring firefighter lets out a piercing scream as he clutches his chest. His head smashes on the hard surface, rebounds, and slams down again as his body thrashes from the voltage. Officer Hansen's body cam footage shows he continues to unleash bursts of voltage into the teenager's body as he's being subdued by his fellow tyrants. Now, sometimes you watch these videos, or at least I do, and I wonder if the cops enjoy causing pain and suffering. And maybe they continue to do this because they know they're not going to suffer any consequences for their vile actions. Instead of assessing the teenage crash victim's medical condition, the footage reveals the cops pounce on him and hold him face down in a pool of his own. They force his arms behind him, and then they cuff his hands and feet. At one point, Jordan desperately forces out the words, I'm sorry, sir. Please, Lord, please help me." He also begs a friend and fellow crash victim, who appears largely uninjured, for help. According to court documents in a case that he and his family have brought against the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, which includes Sheriff Rick Ramsey and the 3 deputies, including Hansen, Rivero was stretchered into an ambulance where he suffered a grand mal seizure. According to his attorney, Dina Foman, quote, he had brain swelling and he suffered a traumatic brain injury. He flatlined right after they got him into the ambulance at the scene. Rivero, who's now 20, was rushed to the Mariners Hospital in Tavernier. but he needed an emergency tracheotomy as he got there, and they had to slice his throat open in the parking lot. He had to be resuscitated 2 or 3 times and ended up in a coma. Staff at the Mariners Hospital deemed Rivero's injuries too severe for treatment there, and he was airlifted to Kendall Hospital near Miami, where he was put on a medical ventilator. According to the legal paperwork filed in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of Florida, he was released 5 days later with debilitating injuries that have ruined his chances of following in the footsteps of his veteran firefighter father. The lawsuit filed by the Rivero family states in part, when Mr. Rivera did not adhere to the commands and aggressive handling of his person by Officer Hansen, Officer Coelho, and Officer O'Keefe to sit on the ground, Officer Hansen proceeded to tase him for 4 cycles in the span of 1 minute after directing Mr. Rivero to get on the effing ground. As a result, Mr. Rivero's head crashed into the pavement as he fell, causing a traumatic head injury to an already fragile victim. Rivero's attorney said Jordan woke up and he had blood all over his face. He was dazed and confused. He was crying. He didn't know where he was. He was scared. She said not knowing where he was wandering around the scene, and when he wouldn't sit down, they tased him multiple times. She also adds it was tragic. There was no crime, no suspicion of a crime. It was just a really bad car accident. I don't understand why you would tase somebody who was clearly already injured. The attorney also added, quote, the purpose of a taser is to apprehend dangerous individuals and dangerous individuals that are attempting to flee the arrest. Jordan didn't fit any of that description. She said, we all hope if our loved ones are in an accident that the first responders will make sure we get medical care. That's their job. That's what we expect. And in this situation, not only did he not get medical care, they harmed him in a great way. They changed this kid's life. Now, imagine for a second what you would do and how you would feel if your kid got into an accident and instead of getting the serious medical attention he needed, he got the exact opposite from Monroe County deputies Hansen, Coelho, and Sergeant O'Keefe. The lawsuit is demanding a jury trial and damages of at least $75,000, which is the standard jurisdictional amount in federal court. And of course, Rivero's side is hoping the injury will award a considerably higher figure if he wins the case. But we all know where that money's going to come from. They're going to fleece the tax cattle. Nothing's going to come out of these 3 cops' pensions. Nothing's going to come out of their pay. And they probably won't see 1 day of jail time for almost killing an injured crash victim. Like I said, a system cannot fail those it was never designed to protect. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you haven't done so already and you want to support the channel, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting shirt from the store, become a channel member, but more importantly, fight for your freedoms. If you don't exercise your rights, you will lose your rights. Freedom will always be dangerous. The only thing more dangerous is not having freedom. I'll see you guys in the next video.